right. Hi, everybody. We're back, and this is another testimony of one of our brothers' experience in the Ascend program. And I have my friend here, Daniel McEwen. Hey, you want to introduce yourself?
Sure. Hi, I'm Daniel McEwen. I started, I guess, uh, the Ascend program maybe 2 quarters ago, and it's it's been quite a journey. I've learned a lot, grown a lot. I Before that, I actually came off of GPA, and so I've kind of felt this continuous growing as time has gone on. So it's been a fun journey, and Ascend is definitely a journey in itself. So I'm and I'm coming this next quarter as well. So going to continue that journey. So yeah,
Yeah, yeah, that's true. You're on a journey, right? Continuously supporting. So I think you didn't join too long ago, right? And you became a facilitator before I knew it, also not so long ago. What inspired you initially to join Ascend?
yeah. Joining Ascend was interesting. I had just gone off GPA. I was trying to work on kind of myself, work on in different aspects. I mean, coming off GPA, you definitely want to have your life of faith. I spent 2 years on GPA. I'm like, I don't want to lose all that life of faith that I've been working on and growing during that time. But one aspect of life of faith is integrity, really being able to be able to live up to your word, live up to who you want to be. And uh, definitely chapter 2 are these sexual desires that get in the way of you really impact you and really stop you from being able to reach that um that life that you want to live. And so at some point I decided um that I couldn't actually just cut it by myself after GPA. I did have people that I knew. I'd worked with Kevin Thompson before, and he definitely had recommended Ascend he'd recommended High Noon at times and stuff. So I'd decide, you know what, maybe I'll just join a Ascend program and see how that can help. And that's what brought me to Ascend. I wanted to really be my best self, and I'd say at some point I'm thinking about the blessing at some point in the near future, and I don't want that in my blessing. So yeah, that's kind of the things that brought me to Ascend, brought me into into the scope, and yeah.
Yeah, yeah. I'm hearing two major things, right? One was you realize that you can continue growing by yourself. I mean, you can, but you realize you need community and you need some support and accountability. And your goal, right, of actually wanting to prepare for the blessing and your sense, right, that you didn't want to bring, um, like the need for recovery into your blessing, sexual integrity into your blessing, right? So,
Yeah.
and so you joined
Yep.
Ascend. How did that, how did that go for you? The beginning, joining, the first time.
Well, at the beginning, well, I didn't know what to expect too much. I think I'd done one program um that was not Ascend. It was kind of a different High Noon program, and it wasn't as kind of ownership, and it was kind of bigger teams, and it was kind of more just reading a topic and discussing it a little bit with the group and stuff. But this one, yeah, it was really good. I really felt like they, I think the whole group as a whole, everyone was trying to grow. Everyone was really trying to work on themselves, and it was I thought I thought a good program at the start, and yeah, I learned. I think up until that point, I hadn't really reached the point where I was just living a life where I didn't feel uh, as tempted. I didn't feel like I was kind of struggling with chapter two, using using kind of that method of don't do it, don't do it, don't do it. I mean, it's not very effective. It tends to get you just caught in this endless coming closer and struggling, then maybe overcoming it, but then it comes back and then struggling again. During that first quarter, actually, at some point for like a month, I was really able to live purposefully. I really felt like every day was purposeful. I was waking up with purpose. I had things that I was getting done, and I really felt motivated. It was kind of a different way of life, different happiness, different joy. Really feeling like kind of fulfilled every day. Things came back, and struggles came back, and different issues came back. But I really felt like, okay, I got a glimpse there. Yeah, it really kind of that motivated me at kind of at having that jump start, that kind of feeling of, okay, there is a way, there is a type of life that can bring fulfillment without this endless struggle of don't do it, don't do it, don't do it. Instead, it was kind of purposeful, meaningful. And so that was kind of a big takeaway from my first quarter. And what, um, yeah, I felt kind of motivated to do. I was planning to do a second quarter just regardless, because I knew it's like not an easy struggle that you just one and done. Everything is done and stuff. But I really felt like that kind of gave me motivation, drive to say, okay, there is light at the end of the tunnel at some point. So yeah, that was kind of my first quarter, how what inspired me in my first quarter a lot. And yeah, I guess you guys then asked me if I want to become a facilitator at this during my second quarter, which I was like, huh? Wait, what? I just got here. What? So, yeah, you guys, which it was pretty funny. I definitely had those moments of, wait, how many Zoom calls have I started and really set up and none? Okay. Well, I am of the generation that does these things, so I probably can figure it out, and I do know how to use a computer. I just haven't used that way. Oh, I could probably figure out. Yeah, I guess it can work. So, had all those interesting other issues come up rather than just like the facilitating itself. It was just more of like, can I do it? Is there things? Is it going to work? But yeah, it turned out, I guess that popped up. And I did, yeah, my second quarter, which finished, I guess, a couple weeks ago, and maybe a month, close to a month ago, close to a month ago. Um, but yeah, I had a good group of brothers, all really working hard, all really growing a lot. Um, and yeah, I think something that just uh, something that was actually very motivating was um, well, being a facilitator. Um, one of the requirements they give is not that you're going to be perfect, not that you're going to be really the perfect example of what they need you to be, or what they want everyone to go the course, but more you have this commitment to growth, this commitment that you're continually growing. And so that commitment, I was like, yeah, I'm continually growing. I came off GPA. I came into Ascend to grow, and yeah, I'm committed to grow. It's no brainer. Well, um, yeah, it's no brainer until you hit a plateau and you kind of feel okay, yeah, okay, I don't feel like I'm getting better. I'm not getting worse, but I'm not getting better, huh? Wait, how do I progress? What's going on? And it was actually really good because I through kind of uh talking with my mentors, talking with different like for Ascend, they have mentors, they have people you can talk to, and I was able to kind of talk through these different discussions, different situations, talk through um, these experiences, and which allowed me to kind of realize that something that I kind of acquired as kind of a good habit. It was kind of something that I acquired during I was working on my integrity with another brother, Kevin Thompson. Um, and during that time, we were trying to get 120 days free of um, chapter 2, free of being able to just get those 120 days and have it in a row. So you're always going for you're going for a streak and always aiming for that streak. And so I kind of realized, oh, this streak, this type of this streak mindset kind of brought in the mindset of, oh, was it a failure? Oh, it wasn't a failure. No, it wasn't bad enough to be a failure. Okay, I can keep going. And which kind of desensitized me to kind of smaller things, desensitized me to kind of small struggles. I wasn't dealing with as much the smaller picture rather than just the bigger things on the bigger scale. So this allowed me to, given the fact that I was kind of committed to growth, committed to actually taking charge in my growth, I really felt like it allowed me to kind of pick out these habits that at the time were good. At the time, I needed, and they were like actually help. Like I was using different tools to kind of help me to get through difficult situations or temptations. However, as time went on, as the as it went on, I realized that these habits that I built up during that time were actually dragging me down, were actually keeping me in that state where I was. So I was able to face those challenges, face the things that were keeping me there, holding me back, and let them go. And it's been a lot of I felt a lot of growth from there. So yeah, it's been quite a journey. My second quarter, I love my brothers. They were great. They even messaged me a couple of maybe a week ago. Like they sent in the chat saying how they're doing and asking how I'm doing, and just a great group of brothers. I really felt motivated, not only just uh, being able to listen to them, but also learn from them a lot. So yeah, that was I think that's been my course through the 2 quarters so far. I'm definitely looking forward to what my third quarter will show me. Um, yeah,
Thank you. Yeah. Sounds like you really experienced interesting different components, right? One is the growth in community, right? Of a group of brothers and supporting each other and learning from each other and staying in touch beyond the program with each other. I mean, that's one of the best case scenarios where you can build friendships that last. And when you do meet each other in person, you're like, oh yeah, we did that online small group together, right? And then you can connect. And the premise of you changed the premise of how does recovery look like, right? You had this period of time where it was achieve this goal of 120 days of abstinence, and so that kind of created this image of how close to the edge can I push it, right? Before I call it failure, before I call it like getting back to day zero, day one, right? And that created pressure, is what it sounds like, and kind of this like black and white kind of scenario where actually in reality you justify being in the gray a lot of the times, um, right? And kind of changing that to just um, not focusing too much of not stepping into the black, but focusing how can I just make steps towards the white, make steps towards a pure lifestyle, towards my life vision, like day by day, right? And you experience
yeah,
continuing that as a facilitator who's still a participant, who's still growing, and you're still in touch with your mentors, right? But at the same time, just facilitating groups and growth for others.
definitely. And yeah, community. Yeah, I didn't have a sense of community growing up. Like, I live in Canada, Edmonton, Alberta. Um, Small community. We meet maybe once in a while, and since COVID, very once, like maybe once every couple of months. So not very often as like a community. Maybe we do the Zoom, kind of participate in Zoom Sunday services, but that's about it. So really, this sense of community wasn't that strong ingrained into me. And I definitely appreciate that through High Noon, through Ascend especially, you kind of are able to share, make bonds, really, and be able to have people who you can share your heart with, and they can share their heart with you. Um, it was something big that moved me in GPA, and I think it also translates over to Ascend and different programs where you're kind of really being able to be honest and share your heart with people. So, yeah, definitely learning a lot.
That's amazing. What would you say? Do you see yourself now? Where are you at, and where's your journey headed from here?
Where am I at and where am I headed? I'd say I'm still figuring out like little things that catch me, little things that um can can drag me down uh places where I don't want to go. But I'm I'd say I'm headed to really trying to build up habits in my life where and build them up enough to live every day, where I'm trying to live every day where I can feel fulfilled, feel happy, fulfilled, and through that, just have no need for chapter two, no need for these distractions in my life that kind of try to distract me from my difficulties, from ways that I feel insecure, and instead just feel secure in who I am. Instead of trying to fill in gaps and worries in myself, instead try to be the best self I can be, and then through that kind of overcome those steps. And I think my steps have been kind of just building up these different habits, building up people who I can talk to, even community. I've started a small Hundaake chat with some people coming off GPA and doing different things that can kind of give have that give and take with people, um, and keep communication with people who are trying to better themselves too. And I think through those things, then I can really, through that, live my best life and overcome these temptations, overcome these ways that we try to hide our insecurities. And I guess through that, kind of really be a good um, brother who can be ready to find my uh, find my spouse. So that's kind of my steps, kind of where I'm headed, at least some point in the near future. Um, I think, I guess the big goal right now for me is I just finished my insurance license. I got my insurance license, and now try to find a job in insurance because I really feel like for me, I like helping people, and I like the aspect of insurance, which is being able to be there with people through those difficult times. And so kind of trying to find fulfillment in both work, both life of faith, both, and then even community. So kind of working on all three of those. It's taking time. Th- uh, Things take time, and it's not like just one day, oh, everything's all fixed. But I feel like, yeah, I'm trying to take the right steps to get all those goals kind of kind of fulfilled, and so that I'm not living that insecure life, insecure in myself. Instead, I really have I know who I am, so I can give the best to people around me and the people I care about.
Yeah, you're touching on the topic of identity, right? Knowing who you are, your identity is so powerful. It goes beyond implementing habits, implementing routines. It's actions based on identity, right? If I am a child of God, then I act like a child of God. I treat others like a child of God. I think of myself as a child of God. I feel like a child of God. It's the most powerful way of building habits and changing behavior, right? It's if you have really clear sense of identity. Thanks for bringing that up. Yeah.
No problem. I'm still working on it. It's step by step process, but yeah, it's been fun trying to figure out.
Yeah. Okay. I guess we can wrap up here. Is there anything else that you would like to share?
Well, no, I just want to thank you for giving me time to talk, time to interview like this. I guess for those who kind of hesitant to do these programs, Ascend, different programs with High Noon, we're all trying to grow. We're all trying to learn. We're all trying to be people who can live our best selves, and it's difficult to get there. I I think Ascend is a very good program for really trying to touch who you are. So if that is interest to you, and especially if you want to get in a group of people who are kind of sharing that value, sharing that part of really wanting to better themselves, and definitely having a group of people trying to work together to do that is a little bit easier than trying to climb up a mountain by yourself and saying I'm doing it myself. So yeah,
Thank you. Well said. Thanks everyone for listening, and we'll see you next time.